Hello, my name is Alejandro Salinas. I'm doing comparative analysis of Windows servers and Ubuntu and doing a comparison between Windows Firewall and IP tables. So I just wanted to touch on network security. The importance of network security, of course, is the protection against cyber threats, protection of data, or preserving, security branches and all that. Of course, when it comes to protecting cyber threats, network security is a crucial because it guards against a wide range of cyber threats. That includes malware, viruses, ransomware, and phishing attacks. You know, and I just wanted to, data protection is probably one of the most important things. Imagine if you had customers, they insert their email into a little, web browser, their phone number, their address, credit card information, debit card information, bank details, all that, such. Um, you don't want that getting out. That's bad for business. That's bad for everybody. You don't want that getting out. That comes down to having a competitive advantage. You have really good security. None of that stuff is happening. You want to ensure to your customers like, hey, you give me your information. It stays between me and you. No one hears a peep from it. Um, Intellectual property. That comes down to, imagine if you had a business and you're developing the latest technology on, life changing, maybe, cancer or something like that. Um, you don't want that you don't want that technology getting out and getting into, someone's hands and taking credit for it. It diminishes, all the hard work and value and time you put into that one little thing. Um, you don't want that happening. So, intellectual property, trade secrets, preventing theft or espionage. You don't want that happening. So I wanted to talk about Windows Servers 2019. Has tremendous performance, is soaring in many environments because of the well-stable platform, being able to run on many workloads, being able to host apps such as web servers, email servers, and RDS. Windows 2019 is a popular choice when it comes to enterprise environments, hosting various services, emphasizing the importance of the server environment. And the predecessor to Windows servers was Windows Servers 2016. We're now on Windows Servers 2019. And of course, you're getting the enhanced performance, being able to support more cores and memory, enabling it to handle a larger workload, of course. Having that enhanced security, such as, Windows Defender, that helps detect and to respond to security threats. It shields your virtual machines that you're using and strengthen your security. It Windows remains really popular today for for several reasons. Enhanced security features that are have a better landscape of things. The integration of Microsoft products like the Active Directory, SharePoint, and Exchange. And people want to invest in that little ecosystem that Microsoft is providing for people, making it very easy for use. Um, Things like, already built in, like file and print servers, Active Directory domain controllers, like I said, email servers, web servers, things of that nature are very, very important. Make it easier for people to, to have. Ubuntu is widely known for the usage of, Linux servers and desktop environments. Linux servers is very well known for the stability and long-term support and the management system with Ubuntu. Desktop environment is very easy for use to beginners as well. Offers many features such as packet management and development tools. You know, Ubuntu has, things like web servers, cloud-based services. You know, the server also benefits from an extensive Ubuntu server guide, which offers, a complete layout of things that you can do or things that you need help with for the future. One of the great things about Ubuntu is the flexibility and customization. Package management. It uses an apt package manager, making it easy to install, update, packages. Snap and flat pack support, embraces, an easy install, be able to update those applications, sandboxed environments, all those things. The customizations of Ubuntu allows, customize the desktop environment. And this, all this flexibility is very, very good for Ubuntu, and that's what, differentiates from Windows. Ubuntu has, regular updates, firewall configuration, app armor, regular backups too. So I just want to begin with updates. It has patches to address vulnerabilities, the firewall configuration, super easy to set up. App armor, it's a mandatory access control framework, has a set of rules, very easy to change up. The backups, of course, are very, very easy. Um, and myself, I feel like Linux is very easy to use at the beginning, but it can be challenging if you want to do certain things. Um, but I feel like if you've mastered in Ubuntu, you have it all in one package. So Windows Firewall is already built in within the Microsoft's operating system, helps computers defend against unwanted security threats. The firewall mostly protects against incoming traffic, very GUI friendly, lets you change up the rules in the traffic very easily. So when it comes to tracking the inbound traffic, it checks the source, the destination, the type of traffic and compared against the rules that are set in place to defend against it. Like I said again, the GUI is amazing. Firewall settings, the rules and monitoring network activity, you can go in there, change it in an instant. Takes you 5 seconds, no problem. It also has advanced security, security rules and monitoring options, that allow you to have a greater control over your network system or the network traffic that's coming in, because sometimes you have to turn something off to get into something. So making having this advanced option helps a lot. Being able to change ports or being able to have programs, the protocols of certain thing, IP addresses, security groups. You want to be able to fluctuate between changing these certain things because sometimes they won't let you access this one thing, but you really need to. But you could always change that in an instant. So for IP tables, is the default firewall in Ubuntu are very important, of course, based on the security measure. IP tables allow rule-based filtering, tables and chains, and packet matching. IP tables is a very powerful tool with advanced settings, but is very hard to master for beginners. IP tables allows packet filtering, um, being able to get IP address, port numbers, and protocols. This allows, administrators to see what's going on to permit or deny a specific type of traffic. Another really good thing that I really love about Ubuntu having IP tables is administrators can log selected packets or actions to track network security. I want to go back to the learning curve is it's pretty tough compared to Windows. There's a lot of in command lines that you have to do in order to do that one thing. You go into a Windows firewall, you don't have to do it, but for Linux, unfortunately, you have the IP tables. You have to go in there, command line, change some things up, and you should be good to go. So we're going to talk about Windows firewall versus IP tables. The ease of use of Windows firewalls is much easier to use rather than IP tables. IP tables are primarily used on Linux, and you have Windows Firewall that is primarily used on Windows servers 2019 and any previous, like Windows servers 2016. IP tables are configured and managed through command line on Linux, so it makes it, tough. So if you don't know the command, it's going to be pretty tough going in to change settings. The GUI for Windows Firewall is very, very friendly. This makes it easier for beginners to go into their own desktop and change settings up that they need to change. What I myself really like about IP tables is the advanced control, of course. Administrators can come and create complex rules based on various packet attributes, changing up the source, the IP addresses, the port numbers, and protocols, changing the NAT, connection tracking, all those things. But then again, you have Windows Firewall that's very good with the simplicity of things. Um, when you talk about, you first getting into, cybersecurity, um, networking's, it can be tough for some people, but Windows Firewall makes it really easy for guys to come in to make it and change the NAT or anything like that with the GUI is amazing. Like I said, IP tables has a steeper learning curve, whereas Windows Firewall is super easy to learn. But, it depends on your choice. Which one do you prefer? Windows Firewall or IP tables? Me personally, I prefer IP tables because you have that grain defined control over your whole network system, um, going in and out, incoming traffic, things of that nature. Windows is not a bad choice at all. It just really depends up to the person. And that will conclude this presentation. Thank you for listening.